The Wrath of Vulcan, Volcanic Eruptions, Chapter 9 from the Earth textbook. When people ask me what I do for work, I often say, I teach geology at ASU, volcanoes and stuff. Volcanoes are something people really understand and can really relate it to what is geology. Volcanoes are really important to understanding the whole plate tectonic cycle and the rock cycle. It's a real basic part of geology. Here's a volcano. So this is a big volcano. This one's covered in glaciers. This is in the Cascades in Oregon of the United States, Pacific Northwest. A volcano builds up over time. It's pyroclastic material that flies out of the volcano, interlayered with lava that comes out of the volcano. That's the molten rock. So the mountain is built over successive eruptions over time. There are big cities that are near volcanoes: Mexico City, Seattle, Naples. Those are all near subduction zones and in dangerous places where there are big volcanoes. So places that experience earthquakes from time to time. Okay. Eruptions can be not really predicted. We get precursors to the eruption like earthquakes or kind of burps of gas. They also can obviously really deadly. It's like molten rock coming out of the ground and these gases and ashes. Large mountains can form over time through volcanic eruptions, but so can small ones. Sometimes eruptions will just explode a whole mountain, blow it to bits, and form like a giant caldera, like at Yellowstone. Eruptions do provide, though, a really good soil for agriculture. So there's good agriculture on the flanks of volcanoes, but they can be pretty destructive and extinguish a civilization. So we'll talk about how the volcanoes can actually change history a little bit, and they do affect climate change. So this series of lectures, here's what we're going to do. The series of lectures on volcanoes, this is the intro. Then we're going to go into types of lava, whether it's mafic or felsic lavas, and then pyroclastic materials. So that's stuff that flies out of the volcanoes, and the ashes and tephra and gases that come out of volcanoes. Then we'll look at the parts of a volcano. There's kind of a plumbing system that goes with a volcano. And then types of volcanoes. So either it's going to be a giant volcano like in the Cascades, or a really broad volcano like in Hawaii. So we'll look at the different types. And the types of volcanoes has to do with how they erupt. So we'll look at whether or not the volcanoes erupt very explosively, making lots of pyroclastic material flying out of the volcano, or whether it's just kind of a peaceful lava flow. And then we'll look at the geologic settings, so really about the plate tectonics of that volcanic eruption and how that kind of governs how that volcano erupts. And then a little incidentals at the end. So that's the general flow. Here's my messy handwriting of what we're gonna do. I don't know if that's backwards. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay.